Recent demonstrations in India lasted more than a week, damaged property and cost lives. They were against discrimination and privilege. Members of the Jat caste staged riots and arson attacks in the state of Haryana in northern India. 28 people were killed, more than 200 others were injured. The Jats were demanding better access to education and government jobs. They wanted to be included in a government quota system that reserves those jobs for people from lower castes.
हमें जाट आरक्षण चाहिए और वो हम हर कीमत पर लेकर रहेंगे। उसके लिए चाहे हमें सरकार से लड़ना पड़े, चाहे किसी से भी लड़ना पड़े। और हम हर सिचुएशन से लड़ने के लिए बिल्कुल तैयार हैं।
That wasn't needed. The state government eventually gave Jat leaders what they wanted, and the Jats called off the protests.
आंदोलन के लिए मैं अभी अपील कर रहा हूँ। सोनीपत में जितने भी हमारे आदमी वहाँ लगे हुए हैं, उन सबसे अपील कर रहा हूँ कि वो पूरे हरियाणा के आदमियों को संदेश दे रहा हूँ कि वो सब अपने अपने आरक्षण का जो जितनी समितियाँ हैं उनको खत्म करके अपने घर पे चले जाएं।
Hours before the agreement, Indian troops managed to retake a canal that protesters had sabotaged. Millions of people depend on the canal, which supplies 60% of the capital, New Delhi's water.
हरियाणा में जो एजिटेशन चल रहा है उसकी वजह से मुनक नहर से जो पानी आता है दिल्ली के अंदर वो पानी बंद कर दिया गया है और पिछले 2 दिन से परसों रात से पानी बंद है जो कि दिल्ली को सप्लाई किया जाता है जिसकी वजह से दिल्ली में पानी की एक बहुत जबरदस्त क्राइसिस क्रिएट हो गई है।
Days after Jat leaders and authorities reached a deal, officials said repairs were needed and the city would be able to get a full water supply only in the next 15 days. The riots had begun after a local leader publicly opposed the inclusion of the Jats in the caste quota system. Many Jats are farmers, and the quotas they asked for are reserved for Dalits and other so-called backward castes. The Dalits are also known as the untouchables. They remain at the bottom of society and are not even included in India's caste system. The caste system has 4 main levels, starting with the priestly Brahmins. The system was officially abolished in 1950. But in rural areas, it's still in force and determines where people can live, who they can marry, and what type of work they can do. Last August, the Patidar community also staged protests in the western state of Gujarat, with similar demands to the Jats. The latest riots by the Jat community have cost businesses at least $3 billion in losses.
हमारे रोड पे 2 शोरूम्स हैं, दोनों को चलाया गया जी, पहले लूटा गया फिर चलाया गया जी, सड़क पे ला के रख दिया। मैं मेरी डायरेक्ट मीडिया के थ्रू पीएम मोदी जी से, रक्षा मंत्री जी से, मनोहर लाल खट्टर साहब जी से बार बार यही रिक्वेस्ट है, क्या हम जीव नहीं है, क्या हमारे वोट नहीं है, क्या हमारे पे कोई तरस नहीं आया उनको। हम अरस से लेकर अरस तक गए थे, हमने किसकी लाज नहीं रखी, क्या हमने टैक्स नहीं देते क्या?
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has remained silent throughout the worst social unrest of his 20 months in office. And the federal and Haryana state governments, which are both run by his Bharatiya Janata Party, have struggled to cope. Following the protest, the Haryana government has agreed to prepare a bill to include the Jats in the quota system.
आज हरियाणा का संसद सदस्यों के साथ बैठक हुआ। इन प्रिंसिपल तो तय है, जाट आरक्षण जो पहले दिया है उससे पीछे हटने का सवाल नहीं, मगर वो आरक्षण ठीक तरह से हो, वो न्यायपालिका के सामने जो पिटिशंस है उसके बारे में भी पहले क्या हुआ, अभी कैसा करने से इसका समाधान होगा और किसी को नुकसान नहीं होना चाहिए। तो नाजुक मामला है, गंभीर मामला है, इसलिए सब पहलू के ऊपर विस्तार से हम लोग चर्चा करें।
But the bill still faces difficulties. Last year, India's Supreme Court stayed the Haryana government's decision to reserve 10% of jobs to Jats. The court also struck down an attempt by the previous government to allot quotas to Jats and classify them as other backward caste. The court said the total of 50% quotas for government jobs and university places allows no room to approve the decision, and that it's impossible unless quotas for other castes are reduced. And Haryana has already reached its limit. The government may still take action under Articles 15.4 and 16.4 of the Constitution, which deal with making special provisions, including providing quotas for certain disadvantaged classes. But once again, the future of the latest bill lies in the hands of the Supreme Court.